Good afternoon, fans, and welcome into your afternoon slate of California Winter League Baseball. I'm Brandon Januska alongside Joey Miller as the British Columbia Bombers take on Team China here in the second game of today. Blue Sox Grizzly happened earlier on with the Alberta Grizzly, getting their first win of this young California Winter League season, a 10-4 victory over the Washington Blue Sox. But here we have another team looking for their first win of the season, the British Columbia Bombers, coming in at 0-2 on the season, taking on China, who is 2-1. Let's jump right into your starting lineups for today. For the British Columbia Bombers, leading things off is the shortstop, Eddie Javier Jr. He's followed by the starting pitcher today, Nolan Macabrota. Howie Hatton is the three-hitter playing first base. The cleanup man, Elijah Dickerson, is in left field. Bubba Thompson, a newcomer to the Bombers, bats fifth. He's at third base. Davis Druick is the center fielder batting sixth. Joshua Hoffman is the second baseman batting seventh. Jed Downham, a newcomer, is behind the dish today and batting eighth, and Sawyer Stidham is the right fielder, not rounding out the nine for the Bombers as the first pitch comes in and called strike one at 12:54 to get this game underway. That coming from Wu Haizeng, the starting pitcher for Team China. The next offering fouled back, and quickly 0-2 on Eddie Javier Jr., the leadoff man for the BC Bombers, managed by former Major League player Aaron Miles. We'll get you the defensive alignment for China in just a moment as the 0-2 just misses low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Javier. I mentioned Wu Haizeng is the starting pitcher. Defensively behind him, I'll give you that right after this pitch. The 1-2 is fouled off to the right. And out of play at first base is Luo Jinjun. Hu Tianhuan is the second baseman today. Chen Jiaji is at short. Over at third base, Zhang Mingjin. Give you the outfielder after this 1-2, which is check swing foul right back to the, or fair right back to the pitcher. Hai Zhang fields and makes the play. A 1-3 put out, and that's out number one. Hit it right off the bottom of the bat.
Yeah, kind of off the handle there. Really unfortunate check swing there. You never want your check swing to go fair, but you got to run it out and try something. It didn't work for him.
That brings up the pitcher, Nolan Macabrota, hitting for himself. You're allowed to have a designated hitter in this league, but the Bombers opting not to here today.
They said phooey with it. Old baseball rules.
His first pitch swung on and fouled straight back, 0-1. In the outfield for China today, from left to right, is Xingwen Bin, Du Nan, and Li Yu Yang. All that behind Wu Haizeng, the starting pitcher. This is ripped into right field. Going back is Yu Yang. It's over his head. One hops into the wall. Macabrota around first. He's in with a stand-up double. A one-out double puts a runner in scoring position for the Bombers here in the top of the first.
Just a towering Oppo field hit there from Macabrota. And great way to start off these things, start off this inning for the Bombers.
Brings up the first baseman, Howie Hatton. Macabrota trying to help himself out before he even takes the mound. He's the runner at second, just underway, top of the first inning. No score, one out, runner at second for the first baseman, Hatton. Zhang, the right-handed thrower, fires a strike that swung on and missed, 0-1. Zhang, not the traditional over-the-top delivery.
Kind of like a mid-sidearm angle that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, kind of like 3/4 as we get another look at it. As that's popped up on the right side. Coming in is Yu Yang, the right fielder, is underneath and makes the grab, and there's 2 away. say not quite 3/4, maybe closer, a little further down, closer to sidearm than 3/4, kind of in between there.
Kind of keeps it tight to his body as well as he delivers, kind of like you're trying to skip rocks but not extend your arm out as much. And for Hai Zhang, this is his second appearance. Last appearance, he went 2 innings. He'll look to go a little bit longer this time. Only giving up 1 hit, though, actually now 2 hits this season.
Macabroda at second after his double. Throw back to second. Not in time as Jiaju, the shortstop, crept over. Had to go to the first base side of the bag to retrieve that throw.
Well, that throw was definitely in time. It's just the angle of that throw and how he caught it. Jiaji could not get to him.
Yeah, Jiaji was already past the runner. As this is lifted in the air to center field, going back is Nan. He's underneath and makes the grab to retire Elijah Dickerson. The Bombers strand a 1-out double. They don't score. We move to the bottom of the first inning. No score here on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including 1 mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the first inning, no score between the Bombers and Team China as Hu Tianhuan will lead things off for the Chinese national team. Left-handed hitter starting at second base today. It's the first pitch from the left-handed hurler. Misses high for ball 1. That's Nolan Macabroda. Macabroda, a towering presence out there, 6'4", 240 pounds. Check swing, fouled off to the left. 1-1 on Tianhuan.
Now this is a key inning for Team China, as in their 2 wins so far, they scored in the top of the first, or top or bottom of the first. So this is really their inning to determine if they're going to win or lose.
1-1 upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. For Team China, Hu Tianhuan, of course, leading off. On deck, Xing Wenbin, the left fielder. The 2-1 is fouled off to the left and out of play just over the head of the men in the bullpen for Team China down the third base line. 2-2 the count. Batting third is the designated hitter Liang Pei. Cleanup man is the shortstop Chen Jiaji. As Macabroda set for the 2-2. This is low and away, 3-2. Zhang Mingjin is the third baseman, batting fifth. Li Yu Yang is in right field and batting sixth as the payoff pitch is lifted into left field. Coming in is Dickerson. He makes the grab, and that's 1 out in the inning.
I think he misjudged it there initially. He was coming in on it, and then he kind of had to freak himself out to kind of plant his feet where he was and catch that ball right where he was.
Yeah, he caught it a lot higher than he probably initially thought he'd have to. It looked like it was a sinking liner, but he caught it up above his head. The first pitch downstairs, ball one on Jing Wenbin.
One of the key players here for Team China. Coming into this game, 5 for 10 on the season with 3 RBIs. He's been a standout.
1-0 fouled straight back, 1-1. To finish up the Team China batting order, Luo Jinjun is the 7-hitter at first base. The catcher, Wang Shuai, is batting 8th. And Du Nan, the left-hand hitting center fielder, rounds out the starting 9 for Team China. As the 1-1 to Wayne Bin is lifted soft liner to the right side, and it's the first baseman Hatton who comes over in front of the second baseman Hoffman to make the catch. Weak contact from the first 2 Chinese batters against Macabroda, and it brings up the designated hitter Liang Pei.
Right off the handle there, too, and a little bit of miscommunication between Javier and Hatton. But Hatton battling it out there.
Lefty to righty, the first pitch, fastball strike. 0-1. Liang Pei, one of multiple players from Team China who has experience stateside in the American Association, as a pitch is yanked low and in, 1-1 on Pei. A team that was formerly part of the American Association of Independent Baseball, the Texas Air Hogs. The 1-1 is lined through the left side for a base hit. Just past a leaping Javier Jr. And it's a 2-out single to bring up Chen Jiaji.
Didn't do too much with that one. Got a good piece of it off the barrel of the bat and just over the head of Hoffman at short. Keeps the inning alive.
Six different players on Team China played for the Texas Air Hogs. So this is fouled off, 0-1, including Chen Jiaji. 6 different men on this roster played with the Air Hogs in either 2018 or 2019. Some of them played in both of those years, but that was the time where the Air Hogs were really represented by Chinese players. The 0-1 is called a strike, 0-2 on the Chinese shortstop. No score, bottom of the first inning, 2 outs. Runner at first is Pei. Macabrota shakes off a sign from his catcher Downham. Now has the one he wants, the 0-2. Yanks the fastball low and in. It skips away from Downham. The runner was taking off on the play. Goes second all the way now to third. That's Liang Pei. So give him a stolen base, a second. And he advances to third on the wild pitch. Heads up base running by Team China and Liang Pei.
Yeah, that's a tough break there. Machabrota just kind of slipped off the mound there. Didn't find his landing spot and just pulled it with him.
There are 2 outs in the inning, so still a chance to get out of it. Team China trying to capitalize on the mistake. So the 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. Jiaji, the cleanup man. 25 years of age, 6 foot, 165 pounds. He hits it right back up the middle. That's a base hit. RBI single for Chen Jiaji, and Team China strikes first as Pei comes in to score. It's 1-0.
Nice, clean 82-mile-per-hour pitch there that he just took up the middle. Good piece of hitting there by the cleanup.
So the wild pitch does come back to bite Macabrota here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Team China over the Bombers. As the first pitch, strike to the third baseman, Zhang Mingjin.
Another standout for Team China. 4 for 8 coming into this at-bat. 2 doubles of those 4 hits and 2 RBIs as well.
Good lead off first by Jiaji, and Macabrota saw the same thing. Tosses over to first, back in, standing up.
Mingjin kind of bolstering the middle of this Team China lineup.
The 0-1 swing and a miss at a pitch down in the dirt. 0-2.
I've heard great things about Machibroda. He's only pitched once prior to this appearance this season. Actually, correction, he's pitched twice. Nope, once.
The 0-2 is lifted in the air to right field, drifting over to his right. Druick, and center fielder rather, makes the catch. For out number 3, China scores 1. RBI single by Chen Jiaji. It's 1-0 after an inning of play here on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
.org.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Back with you in the top of the second inning. China with a 1-0 lead over the Bombers. Bubba Thompson leads things off for the BC Bombers and takes a strike, 0-1. Quickly working, the 0-1 is downstairs now 1-1 on one of the newcomers to the Bombers, Bubba Thompson at third base.
Donning some new threads here.
Had been playing previously as the pitch swung on a missed 1-2. Had been playing with the Washington Blue Sox previously. 1-2 offering up and in, 2-2 on Thompson. But a trade made here in the California Winter League. Just trying to balance out all of the rosters out here. So some players moving around as a swing and a miss. Thompson's down on strikes. There's one away. That brings up Davis Druick, left-handed hitting center fielder. Wu Haizhang, first offering. Pop up on the left side, the third baseman Ming Jin squeezes it, and there's quickly 2 away.
Yeah, he's working well right now. That's 16 pitches so far in 1 2/3 innings.
And he doesn't waste time either. He gets the ball back, gets the sign, and goes right into his motion. Joshua Hoffman, the second baseman, takes a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1.
Hasn't really fallen behind in counts yet so far either.
The 0-1 called strike 2. Yeah, and that's what you want. You can't ask for much more from a pitcher. Get ahead of every single hitter you face. Weak contact when it's put in play for the most part. Pitch outside, 1-2. Outside of the double from Macabrota, that's the only real hard hit ball. Top of the second inning. Is called strike 3, a quick top of the second inning. Pair of punch outs for Hai Zhang as the Bombers go down 1-2-3. It's a 1-0 game as we head to the bottom of the second inning on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the second inning, Team China with a 1-0 lead over the Bombers. Wu Haizheng has thrown just 20 pitches through the first 2 innings. That's the same number as Macabrota threw in the first inning. So Li Yu Yang leads off, the right fielder for Team China. First pitch called a strike on the outside edge. 0-1, and Joey, I told you I'd give you credit. Here it is. He's the one who realized that pitch count stat for us. The 0-1 fouled off, 0-2.
I mean, when you're getting out of these innings that quickly, he's faced 7 batters, Hai Zhang has, in such an efficient manner. If he can keep that going, he's got himself a great day ahead of him.
Macabrota shakes off a sign, takes a deep breath, and now delivers an 0-2 just upstairs. 1-2. Quickly set in the next offering. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Downham will have to throw down to first. He does so successfully. 2-3 on the putout, a punch out. The first one for Nolan Macabrota on the day, and there's one away.
Didn't have to do much in that at bat. Fell away with that one ball, but Macabrota on top of the first guy. Always good to get the leadoff man out. He's done so twice.
Brings up the first baseman, Luo Jinjun, as he swings at the first pitch, lines it right at the first baseman, Hatton. He hit it hard, but right at Hatton, and there's 2 outs.
The first base to first base connection there. Jinjun put some good contact on that, just not in the right spot.
So it turns to Wang Shuai. The catcher takes the first pitch strike. 0-1. Yeah, Jinjun, that's frustrating, especially when you go the other way. You square it up, go the other way, do everything right, but you hit it right at a guy.
If that got past Hatton, that could have easily been a triple.
Absolutely, right down the right field line. It's 0-2 now after Shuai fouled a pitch off to the right. Macabrota's 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. No, made some contact on it, so he did just stay alive. Keep the inning alive as well.
Kind of had to pull back his back foot to try and club that one, almost like a cricket swing coming in on him.
Another 0-2 pitch. That's hit on the ground to the right side. Hoffman, the second baseman, bobbles, recovers, and throws out Shuai to end the inning. So Team China goes 3 up, 3 down. We're on to the third. It's a 1-0 China lead on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
On to the top of the 3rd inning, a 1-0 China lead, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Chinese national team. It's Huadan Kairang after Wu Haijiang dominant through his first 2 innings. 2 innings, allowed just 1 hit. He struck out 2, and he did it all on just 20 pitches. So the bar is set really high for Huadan Kairang, who you, Joey, personally have experience with.
I most certainly do. I spent a summer, or part of a summer, with him back in 2022.
He's facing off against the catcher, Jed Downham, who takes upstairs for ball 1.
His Americanized name, which you're more than welcome to use if it's easier, is Roger Rang, the lefty out of Tibet.
This is lifted in the air right field toward the line. A diving catch made by Yu Yang in right field. He laid out and made the grab right near the foul line in right field. An outstanding catch in right field by Li Yu Yang.
Everybody tipping their cap right now towards Yu Yang with one of the most spectacular defensive plays that we've seen in these first 4 days. Absolutely excellent effort. He was putting his all into that. Did not let off the gas pedal. Great work.
Pulled out the highlighter to highlight that one. As that's the first out of the inning. Now a called strike to the right fielder, Sawyer Stidham, hitting in the 9-hole today. Kairang, a left-handed hurler. He issues the 0-1. In the air left side, weakly hit in foul ground. Ming Jin makes the grab, and there's quickly 2 away.
You can start to hear this little section over on the third base side. They got a banner that says, "Let's go Team China," both in English and Chinese.
Yeah, they're well represented out here in the stands. Fans come out each time Team China's playing. Back to the top of the order, Eddie Javier Jr., the shortstop, grounded back to the pitcher his first time up as he takes upstairs ball 1. That, of course, came against the starter, Wu Haijiang. Lefty to righty, the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. China with a 1-0 lead. After an RBI single by Chen Jiaji in the first, drove in Liang Pei. Now in the top of the 3rd, 2 outs, bases empty, and a 2-0 pitch. Called a strike at the knees, 2-1.
probably get to some more stories on Roger Rang if he comes up in the next inning. Don't want to chance anything with 2 outs, but all I can say is he's an excellent guy.
This is 2-1 pitch. Downstairs, make it 3-1. Lefty takes a deep breath. Set at the belt, now the pitch. Line drive, diving catch at third by Ming Jin. And that ends the inning. A soft liner to the third base side and some flashy leather by Team China in the third. As the Bombers don't score, they go down in order once again. It's 1-0 China as we head to the bottom of the third inning on your California Winter League YouTube channel. We have a pitching duel here in Palm Springs. It's a 1-0 ball game, bottom of the third inning. China is on top as they come up to bat, but a new pitcher on the mound for the British Columbia Bombers. Chaz Graham comes on for Nolan Macabrota, who went 2 strong, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 1, did not walk anybody. But now it's up to Chaz Graham. So both teams into their bullpen early in this ball game. But so far, everyone who's come out on the mound has impressed.
And it's certainly not a pitch count thing either. Machabrota leaving the game with 29 pitches in 2 innings. That's quite efficient.
See what Chaz Graham has up his sleeve as he faces off against the 9-hitter Dunan and issues a first pitch strike. 0-1. Chaz Graham, fastball, changeup, slider in his arsenal. This pitch in for a strike. But most impressive about it is the delivery, the arm angle that he has. As the 0-2 swung on and missed, strike 3 for out number 1. He is a true side armor, maybe even a little below.
I was going to say near submarine kind of pitcher.
About as close to submarine as we'd have here in the California Winter League, or at least that I've seen so far.
Yeah, I think that's what Aaron Miles was telling me about him. At least that's what he's calling him at this point.
As he issues a pitch outside, ball 1, top of the order, Hu Tianwan, who flew out to left his first time up.
Very reminiscent of like a Taylor Rogers or something like that.
The 1-0 misses outside as well, 2-0.
I think I got the right twin brother, right?
Yeah, it's Taylor and Tyler, I believe, and yeah, one's a side armor.
And one's normal.
And one is not, yes. One is the traditional over-the-top. Swing and a miss, 2-1. So they're brothers, but very different styles. Easy to differentiate them on the mound.
I think they're both from Colorado, too. If my memory serves me correct.
Okay. The 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and a strike on the Chinese leadoff man. 1-0 China lead. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bases empty, 1 away. This hit on the ground to first. Hatton has it, now loses it, and the toss over to first, not in time. He had it in his glove, but the exchange from glove to hand, there was a mix-up as he dropped the ball, and safe at first is Hu Tianwan on the error.
Yeah, it's a tough break, especially because it was such a great collection, too, to have somebody like Chaz Graham be there to pick him up. They almost got him, but Tianwan really beat it out.
And it brings up Xing Wenbin, lined out to first, back in the 1st inning. Runner at first takes his lead, showed bunt, pulled it back, and took a strike. 0-1.
That's been the name of the game for Team China the past couple days. Pulling out some of the most beautiful bunt work I've ever seen.
Yeah, if you like small ball, this is a game to watch because Team China has really put on a bunting clinic at times, placing them exactly where you'd want to. A pickoff in time, out at first is Tianwan. Beautiful pickoff move by Graham.
Really fooled him there, too. That's such a great pickoff move by Chaz Graham.
Now 2 outs in the inning. Base is empty. 1-0 China. Still an 0-1 count on Xing Wenbin. One misses. High, 1-1. Hit on the ground, left side, wide of third. Now 1-2. Slight breeze blowing from left to right across the outfield. Cloudy skies, beautiful day for baseball.
Although it's starting to get into hoodie weather right now.
It is. It's a little cooler, especially sitting up here in the booth in the shadows. The 1-2, swing and a foul into the glove for strike 3. So the error does not come back to bite the Bombers after the pickoff move. 3 batters faced in the 3rd. It's a 1-0 Chinese lead as we're on to the 4th on your California Winter League YouTube channel. On to the 4th inning. Team China still with a 1-0 lead after their run scored back in the 1st inning. And a 3rd arm now out there on the mound for China. That's Xiao Wei who takes over after Hai Zhang with the first 2. Allowed just 1 hit, no runs, and then a 1-2-3 inning by Huadan Kairang. Now it's Wei's turn to face the Bombers, and he'll face off against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the lineup.
Would you say that Rang gave way to Wei?
You sure could.
Well, Wei, this is going to be his 3rd appearance. He has 3 innings pitched prior between those 2 and has not given up a run yet, or at least an earned run. He's given up 3 runs, all unearned.
Macabrota serving as the DH. He started the game as the pitcher on the mound. Doubled in his first at-bat. That's the one hit for the Bombers today as the first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. It'll be Macabrota, Hatton, and Dickerson for the Bombers in the top half of the fourth. The 0-1. Downstairs, 1-1. Long look in, now ready for the 1-1 delivery as that's popped up high. Fly ball on the left side, charging in is Wei Bin, and it's actually the third baseman Meng Jing who got a glove on it in foul territory. He had a long way to run to get out there, but it nicked off the glove in foul ground and harmlessly falls.
Yeah, that would have been a really impressive play had he stuck that in his glove. But he was kind of having to reach across his body, the wind pulling it on its way back down. A lot of hang time on that one, and it just does not go the way of the foul ball out. The batter stays alive here, but still just one strike away.
1-2 count. The pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. Right-handed thrower against the left-handed hitting Macabrota. 2-2 delivery. Hit on the ground at first. It skips up and off of Jin Jun, and that'll be a base hit. Hard hit grounder to first, and it ate up the first baseman. Skipped up and over.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. That was a tough play for Jin Jun to have made, and a tough hop, allowing Macabrota to get aboard for the second time today.
And they will score that one as an error on the first baseman. And it popped up off his glove and over his head. So Macabrota is safe at first on the E3. And it brings up Howie Hatton. First baseman flew out to right his first time. Pitch down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Shuai. One ball, no strikes on Howie Hatton. 1-0 China lead. Top of the fourth inning. 1-0. Misses upstairs, 2-0. China coming off a big win yesterday at the Chill. That was a 10-3 victory. Meanwhile, the Bombers were on the other side of a lopsided game, an 11-4 loss against the Blue Sox. So check over at first. Back in was Macabrota.
Actually, both of their games so far, the Bombers, they've lost exactly 11-4.
Pitch in for a strike, 2-1. Still plenty of game to play, but the way this is going, I don't think we'll reach those numbers.
It looks very similar, honestly, to the first game that Team China played on the backfield against the Blue Sox.
The 2-1 is lifted in the air towards center field. Nan is going back, still going now. Settles underneath and makes the catch a few feet in front of the warning track for the first out of the inning.
Not a single at-bat of the Bombers has gone over 5 pitches. Something interesting to note, as they've really kept that pitch count down throughout these 3 different pitchers that we've seen so far today.
The Chinese pitchers, they've been throwing strikes, and that's where you get these opportunities. They're getting ahead of the count and really forcing the Bombers hitters to swing the bat. Elijah Dickerson flew out to center his first time. The left-handed hitting left fielder takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Macabrota still at first, 1 out, 1-0 China. Righty to lefty, the 0-1. Just missed a touch outside. 1-1.
One of the most vocal dugouts Team China has been in contesting balls and strikes. Not to a great extent, but they've been vocal.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Dickerson.
Obviously, this is I think this is the only team in this league where they all knew each other coming into this. So that's an advantage that they have.
The 1-2. Soft liner through the right side and into right field for a base hit. Macabrota is headed for third. He's going to be in safely without a throw. And they're at the corners with one away for Bubba Thompson.
Always great when you can get one off the handle that gets through. And Elijah Dickerson very thankful that one got past Jin Jun.
Yeah, and that happens because of the runner at first base. Macabrota, Jin Jun was holding the runner at first, so wasn't able to get out there far enough to get that soft liner. So an opportunity for the Bombers, who trail 1-0. Top of the fourth inning. Runners at the corners with only one out. RBI opportunity for Thompson, who pops the first pitch up and back out of play, 0-1. Thompson, a strikeout victim his first time up. That was against the starter, Hai Zhang. The center fielder, Nan, is shifted well to the right side against the right-handed hitter. Not something you see all that often. It's a swing and a miss, makes it 0-2.
Guess they read the scouting report or something, but that really leaves a big gap in left center. For, honestly, with this outfield, a potential inside the park home run if he can get it out there.
Yeah, you don't see typically the outfield shift away from the pole side, but that's what Team China's doing right now as the pitch low and away, 1-2.
If I'm Bubba Thompson, I'm aiming for that Agua Caliente banner out in left center.
Gapper would easily score, most likely 2. Easily score 1 for sure. Runner at third. They're at the corners. The 1-2. Bouncer towards short. Xiaji goes to second for 1. The throw on to first gets away. And we're all tied up. The ball skips away from Jin Jun and goes out of play. So Bubba Thompson will get a free 90 feet as he goes down to second base. The ball going out of play. But we're tied at 1 in the top of the fourth.
That's huge right there. Getting a runner in scoring position after scoring the game-tying run really puts things into a great opportunity for the Bombers right now.
Dickerson was out at second on the play. Thompson reaches on the fielder's choice. You can't give an error on the play at first, but you can on the ball getting away. So it is still a fielder's choice that he reaches on and then reaches second due to the error getting away. For anyone scoring at home who wants that to be nitpicky about the details.
And we know you all are scoring this game right now. Everybody who's watching this.
That's right.
We know you have your scorebook in front of you.
But again, you can't award an error on a ball late to first on when there's an out recorded. That's the reasoning for that, is the pitch in for a strike to Davis Druick, 0-1. So it's a fielder's choice and then an error on the throw, E4. 1-1 tie game, 0-1 count on the left-handed hitting center fielder. Pitch outside, make it 1-1. Runner at second is Thompson. Look back at second as Way steps off.
And actually, Way has gotten pretty lucky in his 3 appearances. That's the 4th run he's allowed, but unearned, all 4 of them.
It's the 1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2.
The sun's starting to peek through those clouds right now, illuminating the field.
2 errors in the inning by Team China. As you mentioned, the run unearned as Macabroda was on first because of an E3. The 1-2, low and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Top of the 4th inning, a 1-1 tie. Righty to lefty, a peek back at second. Now the pitch. Called strike 3. And that ends the inning, but the Bombers tied things up. We're tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Bottom of the 4th inning from Palm Springs Stadium. Team China and your British Columbia Bombers tied at 1. After the Bombers able to get a run across in the top of the 4th to tie things up. Chaz Graham remains on the mound for the Bombers. He'll face off against the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for China. Starting off with Liang Pei, who singled and scored the China run.
Yeah, good inning there for the Bombers to really work counts, something that they hadn't been doing in those first 3, and punch their way back in this low-scoring game.
First pitch in for a strike. 0-1 on Pei. Chaz Graham, the submarine pitcher, delivers home and called strike 2. Quickly comes set after shaking off a sign and delivers outside. 1-2 the count.
That was a good pitch there, just got a little away from him. Trying to get that punch out.
Liang Pei was on the Chinese national team in 2023 as he lifts this out to right field and down for a base hit in front of Stidham. He was on that team in 2023 in the World Baseball Classic, played in 4 games, all 4 games that Team China played in that WBC. And he's on with the leadoff single.
And it's interesting the way that Stidham tried to field that. It bounced away from his glove hand side, so he tried to barehand it. Didn't really work out for him, so he quickly maneuvered his way to get it in his glove.
Back pick attempt, not in time as the pitch missed for ball 1 on Chen Jiaji. Jiaji drove in Pei with an RBI single back in the first. It's a 1-1 tie, bottom of 4. Graham to Jiaji, the 1-0 is behind the Chinese shortstop for ball 2. Nice job by Downham to slide over and get that. Again, it was behind the right-handed hitter. Runner at first pay, takes off. The pitch home, called a strike, throw to second, not in time. It kicks off the runner and stays on the infield. Stolen base for Liang Pei. He's in scoring position, and it's now 2-1 count on Jiaji.
Yeah, Downham, brand new to this squad, coming from the Canada A's. Hoping to try and pick some stuff up here. He did not get a good throw down to second, however.
2-1, fouled off at the plate, 2-2. One tie. Go ahead run in scoring position with nobody out in the inning. Jiaji looking for his second RBI of the day. The 2-2. Inside, it may have hit him. Yes, it did. Just clipped him, and that's a hit by pitch. They're at first and second with nobody out.
That's the first free base given to anybody today. He'll take it the painful way.
It's been a pitching clinic for the most part so far today. China is out hitting the Bombers 5-2. Couple of errors by Team China defensively, one by the Bombers. As time called, Aaron Miles wants to have a word with his right-handed pitcher. Some action in the Chinese bullpen right now as well. There's a left-hander getting loose. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the fourth inning. China is threatening with runners at first and second, nobody out.
Yeah, it really seems to be a bullpen day for these guys. That's typically what Sunday matchups are for, right? I know that a lot of these teams play only really every other day, but it's still early in the season, and both of these teams, especially Aaron Miles, wants to see how his bullpen staff can do against a lot of these guys in this league, especially Team China, who's kind of a wild card for a lot of these teams that they have not really seen.
Shang Mingjin showed bunt, pulled it back, and takes outside for ball 1. Runners at first and second. Hatton, the first baseman, playing in toward the grass. He was charging on that previous pitch after the bunt was flashed. 1-0 count. Once again, charging in the bunt to the third base side, but foul. And the count's 1-1. That's what you want to do. You see the first baseman crashing, push it to the other side, but he pushed it a little too far.
I'd like to be on the field for one of their bunting practices. I mean, you talk about a real master class. I know that bunting is a lot more appreciated overseas, over the Pacific, in the, I want to say the KBO or the NPB All-Star game. They have like a bunting derby, and it's fascinating. It replaces the home run derby.
I will have to check that out. Both runners take off as the throw goes down to second, not in time. Double steal for Team China. Give Pei and Jiaji a stolen base. They're at second and third. As the pitch missed, it's 2-1 on Mingjin. We're seeing the small ball. So now we'll see what Mingjin does. Only one strike, but now with second and third, we'll see if he still tries to push a bunt. Infield in, all the way around. This is hit on the ground to third. A race over to the third base bag, not in time, and fakes the throw. So everybody's safe. Pei and Jiaji remain at their station. Mingjin is on with a fielder's choice. Nice thought there by Thompson, the third baseman. Try to get the lead runner.
And I think despite the outcome of that play, that was still the right move for Thompson to try and get that guy off the bag just 90 feet away from scoring. So, obviously, it's a sticky situation now, but you shouldn't kick yourself too much if you're Bubba Thompson.
Bases loaded, force at every station, nobody out as the first pitch strike to Li Yu Yang. The cornermen were playing toward the grass. The middlemen playing not quite double play depth as this is skied toward center field. Jurek going back, still going, and it's down in left center. 2 runs are in. As the throw comes back in, it's a 2-run single for Yu Yang, and China's back in front. It's a 3-1 ball game.
Wonderful hang time off the bat there from Yu Yang. A good 348 feet of distance to one of the deepest parts of this ballpark. You can really utilize that outfield. We've mentioned it plenty of times today. And a great chance for China to just keep adding on here, kind of like they did yesterday against the Chill.
Ming Jin goes to second on the play. He held up to see if that ball would be caught or not. So he moves up 90 feet. They're at first and second, still nobody out. As this is skied toward right field. Stidham going back. That's over his head. And down for a base hit. Off to the races go the runners. As Yu Yang is all the way into third base. Once again, both runners had to hold up to see if the ball would be caught. Ming Jin scores on the play. It's 4-1.
Yeah, Yu Yang almost tripped over the bag there at third. Luckily got up to his feet in time. Some really well-hit balls here from Yu Yang and Jin Jun.
Runners at the corners after the RBI single by Jin Jun. And it brings up Wang Shuai. The catcher grounded out to second his first time out. Shows bunt and bunts it backwards. 0-1. Still nobody out in the inning. 3 runs have already come across. It's a 4-1 China lead. Bottom of the 4th. The 0-1. Line to right field. That'll get down for a hit. 1 run is in. Rounding second, heading for third, Jin Jun. And he's going to just keep running and come all the way in to score. RBI double, 2-run double for Wang Shuai. It's a 6-1 game.
Just an absolute merry-go-round of an inning. Everybody coming around to score. That's 3 straight RBI hits for Team China.
Brings up the 9-hitter, center fielder Du Nan. 5 runs already in the bottom of the 4th. Still no outs. Action in the Bombers' pen. Looks like that might be Lee, Young Hwan Lee, warming up. Right now it's still Chaz Graham against Du Nan. Runner at second, nobody out. 6-1, China leads. First pitch home, called a strike, 0-1. Sun creeps out from behind the clouds. This pitch misses low and away, 1-1 on the left-handed hitting Du Nan.
Kind of tough if you're an outfielder, your eyes trying to adjust inwards, especially where the sun is right now at this time of day.
1-1, fouled off to the left, 1-2.
Where the right fielder is, he's shaded, but the other outfielders are very much not.
It's also difficult, with it being cloudy like this, it's not a constant shadow or sun, it's the mix and jump back and forth. The 1-2. Just missed. Low and away, 2-2.
You can tell Du Nan really wanted that one. He was falling off the plate a little bit, trying to follow that ball in.
Yeah, watched it all the way into the catcher's glove. 2-2 instead. A look back at second base to chase Shuai back to the bag. Five runs have already scored in the 4th. It's a 6-1 China lead as this is bounced toward first and off the glove of Hatton into right field, coming around third, and in to score is Shuai. It's a 7-1 game. Likely an error on Hatton.
That's a tough error because that would have been an extraordinary play had Hatton come down with it. But, yes, it was off his glove, so I think we got to give it there.
Yep, and that is how they score it. That's the second error on Hatton today over at first. As you said, some of these have been really hard hit. They've just skipped up and off the glove. Still nobody out as a first pitch strike to the leadoff man, Hu Tianhuan. 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to left and reached on one of those Hatton errors. 7-1 China lead. Bottom 4. Pitch called a strike on the outer half.
Admittedly, I'm getting a little deja vu from this morning's game where the fourth inning is where things kind of broke open for the Grizzly with a 6-run inning. This could be potentially more, though, for Team China.
Still nobody out in the frame. 0-2 misses low and away.
Even more of a coincidence, that same inning, the away team scored 1 run in the top of that inning. So the scoreboard almost looks identical to the first game.
This pitch misses well outside and gets away from Downham all the way to the backstop, rounding second. A big turn for Dunan, but he'll hold with just the 90 feet as he moves up on the wild pitch. So another runner in scoring position. That eliminates your traditional double play as well. Still nobody out. Bottom of the 4th inning. The 2-2. Outside, and the count runs full. Six runs coming across in the 4th inning. And it's really frustrating after you just tied the game in the top half. Swing and a miss. There's the first out of the frame.
Big one to get there.
And that'll bring out Aaron Miles. We may be seeing a pitching change here. Believe that will be the call. As everyone's warm, that is no official sign yet. He's talking things over and now takes the ball. So we will have a pitching change. We'll sort out everything that takes place out here when we come back. It's a 6-run 4th inning so far for Team China with only 1 away. They lead 7-1 as you're listening to this game on your California Winter League YouTube channel. Back with you in the bottom of the 4th inning. A 7-1 China lead. They've put up 6 runs already here in the bottom of the 4th. That was enough to chase Chaz Graham from the ball game and bring on Younghwan Lee to come in to pitch.
Yeah, unfortunate how things kind of rolled out of hand for Chaz Graham. 28 pitches and just 1 out in this inning, totaling for 40 pitches in his 1 1/3 inning appearance today.
For Lee, he features a 2-seam fastball, changeup, knuckle curve, and slider. Lee out of South Korea. Facing off against Jing Wenbin and issues a first pitch inside for ball 1. Wenbin is the 9th hitter to come up in this 4th inning for Team China. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Runner at second. That's Dunan. 1 out in the frame. The 1-1. Missed inside, 2-1. Peek back at second. Now Lee comes home as this is a bouncer toward third. Thompson has it, looks at the runner, and then throws across, and it gets by Hatton. The throw in the dirt around third, Dunan. He's in to score. Reaching second on the play is Wenbin, as that'll be a throwing error on Bubba Thompson, the third baseman.
Yeah, it's tough because that was such a great pick, and the play just could not be completed. Thompson says his apologies to his pitcher, Lee, as he heads his way back to the mound.
Dunan scores. That run is charged to Chaz Graham. So that closes the book on Graham for today. So he went an inning and 2/3, allowing 7 runs. Not all of them were earned. I'll do that math momentarily as the pitch gets by Downham through the wickets and to the backstop. So an extra 90 feet for Wenbin. He's at third.
Right now, Lee just needing to collect himself and get himself one more out. Well, 2 more outs, but that next out, it seems so far away right now that he just wants it to come right now.
Yeah, you just have to focus on the batter at this point. It's an 8-1 China lead. Bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-0. Misses low. 2-0 on Liang Pei. Pei is 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles, 1 against each of the first 2 Bombers throwers. As that misses inside, it's 3 balls, no strikes. Singled back in the first and came around to score. That was against Macabrota, the starter, and then singled and scored against Chaz Graham earlier this inning. The 3-0, there's a strike, 3-1. Lee kicks and fires. Check swing, fouled off to the right, and the count's full.
More of like a defense swing there, coming up and in on him.
See what Lee goes with a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch misses low and away. He yanked it. And that's ball 4. That puts him at the corners. Still 1 out in the frame. And it brings up Chen Jiaji.
The first walk we've seen in this entire contest, the second free base, but you know, for all the walks we've seen so far, it's impressive that we've made it this far. And the infield just giving Lee some words of encouragement right now, especially with a double play in effect.
Yeah, maybe talking through what the decision will be if the runner takes off. With runners at the corners, you always have to be aware if the runner from first takes off and the throw goes down, that guy at third could try to score. We've seen that already this season. Pitch home, misses low and away. It gets away from Downham. Could be a play. He has trouble picking the ball up, so the run does score as Wenbin comes in. It's a 9-1 ball game. Initially, it looked like Downham got to that ball quick enough to make it a bang-bang play at the plate, but he just couldn't find the handle picking it up.
Nah, just troubles on the transfer there. And Downham will allow another run in this already massive inning for Team China to come across.
Liang Pei took second on the wild pitch as well. So it's a runner at second, 1 out, and a 1-0 count on Jiaji. already with an RBI on the day as he looks at a strike 1-1. RBI single back in the first inning. Then he was hit by a pitch and eventually scored earlier this frame. An 8 spot put up by Team China so far as this is ripped foul out of play to the left. 8 spot in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 9-1 lead. 1-1 count on Jiaji. The 1-2. Gets away from Downham and another 90 feet for Pei.
It's just a tough break here. Wild Pitches have won so many games so far in these first 4 games. So it's really tough for Lee. You know, the mound is one of the loneliest places a pitcher can be in a situation like this.
Count is 2-2 on Jiaji. As the pitch misses inside and the count runs full. Pei takes a short lead off third. The payoff pitch, bouncer foul to the third base side. We'll do it again.
Lee's finding himself with these opportunities with 2 strikes. It's just about being the bigger man and finishing the job here.
Long look in, now the payoff pitch. That's lined into right center field and down for a base hit. Around first, going for second, Jiaji, the throw in is not in time. Close play at second base, but it's an RBI double for Jiaji and a 10-1 lead for Team China.
Might have been a risky move for anybody else without the confidence to turn the corner on first. With where that ball was hit, it was cleanly picked up by Stidham, the right fielder, and a decent throw in. It's just he was gunning it for second. He saw 2 the entire way.
Any sort of hesitation, and he likely would have been out on that play. Instead, it's an RBI double. He's at second, still 1 out in the frame as the pitch comes up and in and hits Zhang Mingjin. So he'll go down to first, the painful route. They'll put him at first and second as it brings up Li Yu Yang. This inning really spiraling out of control for the Bombers.
It's got to be tough if you're Aaron Miles just to watch your guys go out there and, you know, try and get yourself out of the situation. And just the onslaught of runs that continue to pour down on the Bombers.
First pitch home, misses low for ball 1 to Yu Yang. Our 2-run single earlier this frame against Chaz Graham. He also struck out swinging against Macabroda in the second. So he takes a strike on the outside edge, 1-1. 9 runs have scored in the bottom of the 4th inning for Team China. They lead 10-1. First and second, 1 out. As the 1-1 misses wide, 2-1. Left-handed hitting right fielder Yu Yang. Lee's offering is fouled back, 2-2.
Good day to be a Team China fan. They got their own supporting section here. They've been saying some chants throughout the game. Been very vocal in the stands.
Good crowd on hand this Sunday afternoon slate. As the 2-2 misses wide and the count runs full.
Hey, it gives people something to do before some exciting games tonight we talked about in the first game.
That's right, big championship games, the NFC and AFC championship games, so conference champs in the NFL as the 3-2 is swung on a miss for strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. And brings up Luo Xinjun. He's the 14th man to hit in the bottom of the 4th for Team China. He had an RBI single his first time up this inning after lining out to first back in the 2nd. So the pitch skipped in and got away from Downham. He kept it in front. Now the throw to second, not in time. Both runners advanced 90 feet. Downham did a nice job of blocking the ball and keeping it in front, but then just couldn't get it to it in time to have any play at either station.
Yeah, right now Downham being challenged with a lot of those balls in the dirt. As a catcher, you can't really do much aside from just try and keep it in front of you.
The 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. Long inning like this, it can be really tough on a catcher, especially, as you mentioned, all these pitches having to chase and block downstairs as the 2-0 is fouled back, 2-1. Downham's putting in the work back there. Make it 1-2 the count, actually. So this hit on the ground to third. Thompson has it, takes his time, and fires across the diamond to end the frame, but a lot of damage already done. 9 runs come across. It's a 10-1 China lead as we head to the 5th on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good things come in threes, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
Top of the 5th inning, a 10-1 China lead. The Bombers will try to chip away at that big lead. It was tied at 1 going into the bottom of the 4th. And then China able to put up a 9 spot in the frame, sending 14 men to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Joshua Hoffman leads things off for the BC Bombers. First pitch home is called a strike on the outside edge. 0-1 from Way to Hoffman. Next one hit on the ground, a bouncer to short. Jiaxi has it and fires across in time for out number 1. 6-3 on the putout. Brings up the catcher, Jed Downham, who was robbed of a possible hit his first time up in the 3rd inning. A beautiful diving play near the foul line by Yu Yang in right field. Lee Yu Yang, the right fielder, made the defensive highlight of the day so far. Pitch inside for a ball.
Yeah, not a great day for Downham, or at least mentally, for all those wild pitches that he had to catch just in the prior half frame.
Another pitch misses. That one downstairs.
I can understand how frustration can just build, especially sitting behind the plate of a 9-run inning.
As another one misses low and away. It's a 3-0 count on Downham. The pitch skips in, a 4-pitch walk to the 8-man in the Bombers lineup. That brings up the 9-hitter, Sawyer Stidham. Stidham, the right fielder, fouled out to third. That came against Hwadan Kairang. Now facing Wei for the first time. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Lefty to lefty, runner at first, 10-1 China. The pitch lifted in the air the other way, left field, Wen Bin coming in and makes the grab. There's 2 away.
Wen Bin kind of had to stop himself and then quickly move forward as he judged that ball coming into him in left field. But he did a good job and made the grab.
Brings up Nolan Macabrota, a double, and he reached on an error and eventually came around to score in the 4th as this one's lined through the right side for a base hit. Stopping at second, Downham, a 2-out single puts 2 on for Howie Hatton. And rather, this is Macabrota. I jumped a spot on my scorecard. That was Eddie Javier Jr. who lined that base hit. Now it's Macabrota who doubled and reached on an error and scored.
Who knows? Maybe you just told the future here. That's all right.
First and second, 2 outs. This pitch up and in near the dome of Macabrota. He gets out of the way for ball 1.
Just a fight or flight reflex. All you can do to get out of the way of a potential concussion there.
1-0 offering misses just upstairs, 2-0. Downham's at second. He walked with 1 out. Javier Jr. at first after a single. The 2-0 to Macabrota. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Looked like maybe a slider. A little bit of movement down and away from the left-handed hitter. Two 2-1, bounced foul toward first.
Macabrota, one of the taller guys in this league at 6'4". He mentioned a little earlier in this broadcast, but he really looks like a giant on this field.
The 2-2 hit on the ground to the right side, gloved by the second baseman Tian Huan, and he throws out Macabrota to end the inning. Bombers strand 2. They trail 10-1 as we move to the bottom of the 5th on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-size stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Young-Hyun Lee remains on the mound for the Bombers. It's a 10-1 China lead. Lee threw 28 pitches in the bottom of the fourth inning to record those final 2 outs of what was a 9-run frame for Team China to really break this ball game open.
Yeah, not to mention a really big shutdown inning from Zhao Wei into his second inning of work. Really doing a great job. He's at 36 pitches in those 2 innings, but not to be deceived, he's kept it relatively short in a lot of his at-bats. Hasn't really worked a lot of counts.
It's the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Lee will for Team China. And yeah, the Chinese pitching on the other side have allowed just 3 hits through the first 5 innings. We're in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch strike to Wang Shuai. Chinese catcher 1 for 2 with a 2-run double. So he lifts this one foul out of play off to the right. 0-2. Lee's next offering fouled off to the right again. And the count holds.
And another one of the really big questions to any team that scores that many runs in one inning is how do you follow it up in the next inning? Are you out of juice, or do you just go pedal to the metal, no mercy, and just try for another big inning?
The 0-2 is poked out toward right field and down for a base hit in front of the right fielder Stidham, and it's a leadoff single for Wang Shuai. That'll bring up the center fielder, Dunan.
It seems to me that they chose the latter of those 2 options that I just prefaced.
That's right. This is Team China. It's the national team for China. It's the first pitch to Dunan, misses high for ball 1. They're prepping for a World Baseball Classic qualifier next month in Tucson, Arizona, so they really need to take advantage of these opportunities to get ready for that.
And this is good competitive baseball, a great opportunity for them as well.
Pitch misses downstairs, 2-0 on Dunan.
Obviously, you know, you talk about the World Baseball Classic and the qualifiers, you know, the countries in Asia that are going to get in, Korea, Japan, but it's really been a fight with Chinese Taipei and Taiwan.
This is lined foul down the first base line, 2-1 on Nan. Yeah, it's hard to compete with some of those powerhouses.
They looked good, though. I believe, did they beat the Dominican Republic in 2023?
That sounds right.
That was a big win. And one of their star players is actually their third base coach right now, Ray Chang, from that team in 2023.
The 2-1 misses low and in 3-1. 8 different players on this current roster were on that 2023 WBC roster as well. It's the 3-1 from Lee. Softly on the ground towards second. Glove by Hoffman. Goes to second for the out there. That's all they'll get. So they get the leadoff runner. Wang Shuai's out. And that's the first out of the inning. Fielder's choice for Dunan.
Yeah, kind of a slow transfer there from Javier. Did not get a chance to really get that out of the glove. And I don't actually think that's Javier. I think that's Shi-Yun Kim out there at second base in replacement. So, at least one out, and the lead out is gone for their case.
First pitch misses low and in to the leadoff man, Hu Tianhuan, for ball 1. Tian Juan 0 for 3 on the day. The 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1. First time facing off against Lee. Tian Juan was the last batter that Chaz Graham faced in the ball game today. So this is hit softly on the ground towards short. They go to second for one. The throw on to first. Well late. But once again, they get the leadoff man.
Looks like Javier's at shortstop as well.
Yeah, it does look like that is number 13 out there. So Javier is still out there over at short. There's 2 outs in the frame, and it brings up Jing Wenbin. First pitch misses for ball 1. Wenbin also 0 for 3 on the day. He did reach on an error as this comes in and hits him. Another hit by pitch. That's the third man that's been plunked by Bombers pitching. Second one that Lee has hit. And it puts runners at first and second with 2 outs for Liang Pei.
And that's tough, obviously, but as a former ball magnet myself in high school, I can say whatever you can do to get your OBP up, that's going to look good on the stat sheet. Maybe going to be a little bit painful tomorrow morning, but it all works out.
Pitch misses for ball 1 to Pei. And fouled back. Actually, this is a pinch hitter, it appears, for Pei. Li Ning is the man in the batter's box, the left-handed hitter, pinch hitting for the right-handed hitting Pei. Pei finishes the day strong as the pitch misses 2-1 on Ning. For Liang Pei, he was 2 for 2 with a walk. He scored all 3 times he reached. Pitch misses wide, 2-1 on the pinch hitter, Li Ning.
It's actually 3-1, says the umpire.
Thank you for that correction. As this is hit on the ground towards second, they'll go over to first in time to end the inning. Bombers don't score. As we move on to the 6th, it's a 10-1 China lead on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 1999s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
We move to the 6th inning here in Palm Springs. Team China with a 10-1 lead over the British Columbia Bombers. And a new arm on the mound for China. That is right-hander Sun Guangjun. He comes on for Xiao Wei. And Chinese pitching has been good so far today. They've allowed just 1 run on 3 hits through the first 5 innings. China leads 10-1. Leading things off is the first baseman, Howie Hatton, who takes ball 1. Hatton has flown out twice, once to right and once to center. 1-0 catches the edge. On the outside, 1-1. Wan Zhang's 1-1 rather, fouled off to the right into the Bomber dugout. 1-2. Difference in this ball game, a 9-run bottom of the 4th inning for Team China. The 1-2 outside, 2-2. That came right after the Bombers had tied it up at 1 in the top of the 4th. China got their first run in the bottom of the 1st inning. The 2-2. On the ground right side and through into right field for a base hit. And Hatton's going to try to sit for second as Yu Yang had some trouble with the ball in right. And now the ball gets away on the infield, but Hatton will stay at second base. Give Hatton a single and an error on the right fielder Yu Yang to allow him to go the extra 90 feet.
Yeah, it's a tough misplay there by Yu Yang. Ball hit on the ground, and it just skipped by his glove. Hatton staying aware on the base paths. He saw nobody going after the ball that got away from the shortstop Jia Ji, but did not attempt to go with Ming Jing still covering the third base bag.
So it brings up Elijah Dickerson, leadoff man at second base. 10-1 China lead. And a first pitch strike to Dickerson. 1 for 2 with a single back in the 4th inning. Left-handed hitting left fielder of the Bombers. Wang Zhen sets at the belt. Look back at second, now comes home. The 0-1 off speed and called a strike on the outside edge. Bender at 67 miles per hour. Counts 0-2. Righty to lefty. Kicking the pitch, check swing. Did he go? No swing. The appeal down to third, it's 1-2. The offering fouled up and back out of play. And we'll do it again. That single a moment ago by the Bombers was just their 4th of the day. They've really struggled to put guys on base consistently. They scored their 1 run in the 4th. So this pitch down in the dirt, 2-2, blocked nicely by Shuai behind the dish.
And a lot of that you can credit this Team China pitching roster, who has just done a great job keeping short innings. The first pitcher had 2 back-to-back 10-pitch innings, followed by a 9-pitch inning in the third. So that's 29 pitches through 3 innings. That's excellent.
The 2-2 is bounced to the right side and off the glove of Tian Wan. It was a softly hit ball on the right side of the infield. One hopped over to Tian Wan, who Let it pop out of the glove as he tried to field it. Runners are safe at first and third. We'll see exactly how they score that one.
It's interesting, too, because I don't know if he would have had a play.
It would have been really close at first. It was not hit hard at all. And Dickerson was flying down the line. And it looks like that will be scored a single. I like that call. They're at the corners with nobody out for the Bombers.
Guangshuan just went over to go and check on that guy at first, Dickerson. Nothing doing there.
Bubba Thompson is the man at the dish. He swings and misses. 0-1. Thompson 0 for 2, a strikeout, and he reached on a fielder's choice. Hatton at third, Dickerson at first. 10-1 China. We're in the top of the sixth. The 0-1. Lifted in the air, right field toward the foul line. Yu Yang is over. In foul grounds, reaches, and just can't reach it. As he collides with the fence in foul ground down the right field line. Just ran out of room.
His trajectory looked good. He was on that baseball, but it was just out of reach. Would have been another exceptional play out there in right field.
We already saw him lay out for one back in the third inning to rob Downham of what could have possibly been extra bases near the foul line. This one just got out of play, so Thompson stays alive. The count's 0-2. Sun Guangzhan is set. Takes a peek back. Now kicks and fires. Off speed, called strike 3. Slowed it down and gets the punch out for out number 1. Nice sequence of pitches from Sun Guangzhan. And it brings up the left-handed hitter, Davis Drueck, the center fielder. First pitch called a strike at the knees. 0-1.
And that's a beauty of a curveball right there. Took a little velo off of it, but it just bends like a perfect 12-6.
Now quickly set and ready for the 0-1. Hit hard at the first baseman, Jin Jun, off the glove. He recovers and now dives to the bag in time to get the out at first. A run comes in on the play. Howie Hatton scores. So give an RBI to Davis Drueck. Advancing to second is Dickerson. That was a smash off the bat. It went right off the glove of Jin Jun at first base.
Yeah, you got to stay aware in the hot corner there. Bombers finally putting something up on the board with this good opportunity. However, it is 2 outs now.
Nice recovery, too, by Jin Jun. After it did go off his glove, the first baseman able to glove it, then recover and race to the bag in time to beat Drueck. His first pitch misses for ball 1 to Joshua Hoffman.
Actually, this is a pinch hitter here. It's Kim. Came in defensively for Hoffman. Si-Hyun Kim.
The right-handed hitter. Takes another miss, and it's 2-0. Runner at second, 2 outs, the 2-0 to Kim, misses high, 3 balls, no strikes. Two outs in the inning. On deck is Caden Chichura. 3-0 is popped up and back out of play, 3-1. Chura looks like he's ready to pinch hit for Jed Downham. He's had a busy day behind the plate. So he can get a well-deserved rest for the rest of this afternoon. The 3-1 swing and a miss. Nice recovery by Sun Guangzhan. 3-0 to 3-2. Ten to 2 is the score. China in front. The payoff pitch. Fouled off to the right and out of play. We'll do it again.
Kim working a battle here right now, just trying to keep this inning alive. Kind of late into this contest, but we've seen late life.
3-2, misses low for ball 4. Remember, this was a 1-1 ball game before a 9 spot by Team China. Bombers would love to have a crooked number here in this inning. They've already scored 1 to make it a 10-2 ball game. 2 outs in the inning, just 7 inning games here in the California Winter League. So just 4 outs to work with. Caden Chinchura, first at bat of the afternoon, takes a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 is swung on and missed, 0-2.
Some more substitutions to come. Jaden Brown in the on-deck circle right now.
It's the 0-2 pitch. Misses upstairs, 1-2. That would be in the spot of Sawyer Stidham in the 9 spot. One-two swing and a miss, strike 3. And that ends the inning. The Bombers score 1. They trail 10-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Bottom of the 6th inning, another new arm out there for the Bombers along with some defensive changes. Ryuya Kato is the new pitcher out of Bakersfield, California. Standing at 5'8", the 24-year-old pitcher. And defensively, Drueck moves from center field to right field. Stidham out of the game now. Jaden Brown goes out to center. 10-2, China leads. Bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off for China is Chen Jiaji. First pitch swinging, lifts it to deep right field. Drifting back is Drueck on the track. Can't make the play. One hops the wall as the throw comes in. Rounding second and headed to third is Jiaji. A play there. Not in time. Bang, bang play at third base, and Aggressive base running by Chen Jiaji. Never hesitated around second, even though the throw was already coming back in.
You see a lot of these players just seeing their bag, knowing exactly where they're going, not even worried about where the ball is or where it's coming in. A good relay in from Druick in right field, but Jiaji with those wheels.
Brings up Zhang Mingjin. RBI opportunity as he swings through the first offering, 0-1. Third hit of the day for Jiaji. Single, a double, a pair of RBIs. He was also hit by a pitch and scored a run. And now a triple on top of that. Home run away from the cycle. So he takes downstairs, Mingjin does. 1-1 the count.
Not sure if he'll see another at-bat this late into the game, but who knows? After the 9-run inning,
yeah,
who knows?
They'd have to bat around, most likely, to bring him up again.
He got pretty close to that home run right there.
Pitch misses outside. 2-1. Yeah, and Druick had a long way to go back on that ball.
That was most definitely warning track power. I believe 351 was the distance on that one.
The 2-1. Popped up on the infield in foul ground, and it'll fall between Hatton and Chichura. So a harmless foul pop. Mingjin still has life on a 2-2 count.
Zhang Mingbin, or Jin, trying to really establish a stronger presence behind the dish right now.
The 2-2 misses low and away, 3-2. 0 for 2 officially. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth.
He's been one of the more solid hitters coming into this game in his first 3 games. He's trying to prove himself now in this game.
The payoff pitch is fouled straight back, 3-2. The count remains. Runner at third is Chen Jiaji after a leadoff triple. China out hitting the Bombers 11-5. They lead on the scoreboard 10-2. Another payoff pitch misses low and away for ball 4. Puts him at the corners with nobody out and brings up Li Yu Yang. Yang drove in a pair back in the fourth inning. A 2-run single. That was sandwiched between a pair of strikeouts on the day. Men at the corners, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Swinging at the first pitch, lifts it into left field. Rather still on the infield. And it's the shortstop, Javier Jr., who makes the grab. That's the first out of the inning. Pop up on the infield.
Yeah, he just knew he got some bad contact there. Not the pitch he wanted, but he was trying to fight something off and try and get these runners at the corners in. Did not do the job there.
Brings up the first baseman, Luo Xinjun. First pitch misses up for ball 1. Xinjun 1 for 3 on RBI single in that 9-run fourth. So 1-0 is fouled off to the right and off the side fence, so bounces back into the field of play. Wait momentarily as they retrieve that baseball. It's a 1-1 count on Xinjun. First and third, 1 away. 10-2 China, bottom 6. 1-0, rather 1-1, called strike 2. Cados, 1-2, lifted in the air toward right. Coming in is Druack, camps underneath and makes the catch. Jiaji started home, now goes back to third. There's 2 outs in the frame.
Excellent throw in there from Druick to prevent another run from coming across here. You just got to hold the line here and let the offense do its work right now.
Jurek started the game in center field, now moves into right this inning. We saw a strong throw on the triple by Jiaji, as well as a first pitch strike to Wang Shuai, the catcher. 0-1 the count. And maybe seeing the arm of Drueck on that triple as this is lifted in the air towards center field. Brown will make the grab in shallow right center to end the frame, but maybe Drueck's arm earlier in the inning kept that runner at third as they strain Giaggi at third base. It's still 10-2 as we're on to the 7th on your California Winter League YouTube channel.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
We move to the 7th inning from Palm Springs Stadium. Team China with a commanding 10-2 lead. They'll face off against the 9-1 and 2 hitters of the BC Bombers. And a new arm on the mound for China to try to close this one out is Wang Zheng. Left-handed hurler.
Yeah, the lefty will try and shut the book on what's been a dastardly day. Another one for the Bombers, who just cannot seem to catch a break in their first 3 games. The first 3 games, or rather the first 2 games for the Bombers, they lost identical scores, 11-4, a 7-run deficit. Right now they're at an 8-run deficit. So if they can score 1 more, they can at least follow a trend of their first 2 games.
Lead things off. As the first pitch fouled off to the right, Jaden Brown getting his first at-bat of the day after coming in defensively in center field. The 0-1 to Jaden Brown. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Got some good downward movement on that 80-mile-per-hour fastball there.
Yeah, it looks like a 12-inch break, downward break. The 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside edge. Dotted the corner, and that's the first out. Wang Zheng was on that 2023 World Baseball Classic team as Eddie Javier Jr. digs in for the 4th time. First pitch swing and a miss, 0-1. He struggled a bit with control in that 23 Classic, though. Pitched in 2 games, 2 2/3 innings, 8 walks in those just under 3 innings. The 0-1, downstairs, 1-1.
I kind of like how he lands his front foot before he kind of comes over the top. He swings his leg kind of like a pendulum on his way to the mound. Very tomahawk-like over-the-top delivery.
Is 1-1, lifted towards shallow right field, coming over, and it falls in front of Tian Huan away from his outreach glove, the second baseman. That was just into the outfield grass in right field. Jin Jun wasn't sure if it'd be caught, so he went back to the first base bag. And it was up to the second baseman, Tian Huan, and again, just past his outreach glove. One out single brings up Nolan Macabrota. Macabrota ripped a double back in the first inning. There's a throw over to first. Back in was Javier Jr. Macabrota also reached on an error in the fourth. Came around to score, and he grounded out to second his last time up. Looks at a strike, 0-1. Left-handed hitting designated hitter got the start on the mound. Gets a no decision for his efforts as this is hit to the left side. Backhanded play. Jiaji, the shortstop, goes to second and gets the out there. The leadoff man is down. As Javier Jr. is out on the 6-4 putout. There's 2 away, and the Bombers down to their last chance.
Good collection there by Jiaji to at least get the lead runner.
It all falls down to Howie Hatton, the first baseman. 1 for 3. So he check swings and fouls it off, 0-1. China with 10 runs on 11 hits. They've taken advantage of 3 Bombers' errors. China also committed 2 errors themselves. The Bombers 2 runs on 6 hits. So this is lined back up the middle. Backhanded off the glove of Tian Huan. May have gone off the glove of the pitcher as well, Zhang. But it gets through the middle for a base hit, and it goes to Elijah Dickerson.
Now it's all about never say die. Just try and keep this game alive as long as possible. I know it's getting colder out here, but you can stay warm as long as you keep the bats warm.
The 0-1 swing and a miss. Big cut from Dickerson for strike 1. Dickerson, a nice 2 for 3 day, a pair of singles. He looks at strike 2. The Bombers down to their last strike. Huang Zheng trying to close things out. China leads 10-2. First and second, the 0-2. Misses outside. 1-2. The tall left-hander looks back at second, now kicks and fires home. Downstairs in the dirt. Blocked by Shuai. And the count's 2-2. China on the cusp of moving to 3-1 on the year. They'd be the first team to reach 3 wins. The 2-2 fouled back into the screen. Dickerson stays alive. Bombers at risk of falling to 0-3 on the young CWL season. Another 2-2. Just missed a touch low. And the count's full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. The pitch. Hit on the ground to first. Backing up, Jin Jun. He gloves, underhands to first in time with the pitcher covering. And that's how this one comes to an end. Team China defeats the British Columbia Bombers by a final score of 10-2. We'll wrap things up in just a moment. Be right back right here with your post-game show and the final thoughts on this one on your California Winter League YouTube channel. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. The final score of this afternoon game, it's Team China 10 and the British Columbia Bombers 2. This was a game that looked like a pitching battle early on. It was a 1-1 tie heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. China getting their lone run, or their first run rather, in the bottom of the first inning. The Bombers answering back with a run of their own in the top of the fourth. It was tied at 1. Going to the bottom of the fourth inning, and that's when Team China broke it open, putting up a 9 spot as they sent 14 hitters to the plate, and they ran away from there to a 10-2 final. Your thoughts, Joey?
Well, the Bombers, in all innings except 2 of the 7, got runners aboard and just could not bring them around like China did, especially in that one inning. I've found out that in baseball, it's about taking advantage of the weakest link, and at least for today's weakest link was Chaz Graham, who just kind of fell apart in that fourth inning, and not much you can do to really get yourself out of that hole. And with 8 left on base for the Bombers, a tough break, their third straight loss. And their third straight loss of 7 or more runs, as a matter of fact. They'll look to kind of just try and pick themselves up, especially with their new additions. We'll see how they look going forward as they start to get to know each other a little bit better. Bubba Thompson starting to integrate himself a little bit more, but tough way to go down on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's tough, but the game ended at just the perfect time as it's starting to a light drizzle here in Palm Springs. Some of the rain getting up and over the mountains out here to Palm Springs Stadium. So perfect time to end the slate. After the early game as well, we'll give you the final score on that. The Grizzly earlier handed the Blue Sox their first loss, a 10-4 final. There's 3 games on the slate for tomorrow, starting at 9:30 on the turf field. The Chill at the Grizzly, and then at 10 o'clock here at the Palm Springs Stadium, Power at Blue Sox, and the 12:30 game, these Bombers will once again go for their first win of the 2025 CWL season as they take on the Canada A's. China gets the day off tomorrow. They're back in action on Tuesday, 10 a.m. start against the Grizzly. The final score, once again, is 10-2. Any final thoughts, Joey?
Well, the rain's starting to come down. We're all looking forward to seeing some football later today. And for the Bombers, tomorrow will be a new day. And they'll just have to look ahead. Aaron Miles, I know, is really yearning for that first win. So looking forward to when that happens for him.
That's right. Once again, the Bombers take on the A's at 12:30 tomorrow. China gets the day off there against the Grizzly at 10 a.m. on Tuesday for their next game. The final score, once again, from Palm Springs Stadium, it's Team China 10 and the British Columbia Bombers 2. I'm Brandon Januska on behalf of Joey Miller. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon to California Winter League